We beat Leicester. Go get it! Hey guys, how's it going? I'm so happy we got this win. If we had only just picked up a few more, we'd be setting up pretty sweet. But you know what? I feel pretty good. I think it's time to start turning up the volume on my win the league pick again. The volume had been turned far too low to the point where I could barely hear it anymore. And then we come out with a performance like this. Wow, I don't know. We just had a few weird games. But you see what happens when our guys run and Klopp gets them going. We're unstoppable, even with our injuries. That's just how good of a coach Klopp is, and we do have the talent. That's how good our guys can be when they're roused up and ready to fight and go. So, yeah, guys, this was an awesome game. Like, we dominated. We were excellent out there, all over them. I mean, I felt so confident within the first, pretty much not even the first couple minutes. By 10 minutes in, I thought, okay, we really got control here. And obviously, I felt a million times better having Mignolet back in there. Gave us a lot more of coverage and insurance. I felt very secure, even though he has his moments. He was really good for us today. I mean, he stopped all. There wasn't many chances for Leicester, but there were a few, and there was one where I thought for sure it had gone in. I know there was two that I felt that had happened, but one especially, and I think Sacco had just bounced off Sacco, and Mignolet had it, but the camera angle, I thought it had gone in. I was freaking out. Let's get right into the player rankings right away. Some of the rankings are going to be a little bit harder to judge because most of the ball was going through Lovren and Sacco on defense, right to Henderson. Like, Henderson was on fire today, guys. Like, I'll get to Henderson in a bit. Let's start with Klein. Actually, no, we'll start with Mignolet. Mignolet, again, not really too much was happening. They had a few chances. He had a few great saves. But all in all, we were so dominant that Mignolet only had to really make 2 or 3 great saves to keep us in the game. And I've got him 4 positives, those 3 saves, no minuses. I'll give Mignolet, again, for my new viewers here, what I call a light 10, because I don't have many markings for him, no negatives, so I feel like I got to give him a 10 on this win. And nice light 10 for Mignolet there. Get into Klein. Klein was okay, had a little moment there where he made a mistake, but I got him down for 7 positives, 1 minus. He looked really good out there. He's always good when he runs. He's gonna do that every game. So he was better. I'm seeing improvements with Klein because he's been having more minuses the last few games. It's really been concerning me, but he turned it around. Only 1 minus out of 10. I'll give him a 9. That was pretty good. Moreno on the other wing, I'll give him, I got 3 positives for Moreno and 1 minus. It was hard to mark him. I just didn't see him with the ball much. So I may have missed that. But he didn't have many markings, so Moreno's going to I'll give him an 8.7 for that. But he seemed all right out there. On to Sacco. Sacco was pretty good. Had a few iffy moments. I got a note I'm going to touch upon about Sacco in a second. I'll get to his ranking first. 9 positives, 3 minuses. Pretty good game. He's got some things he's got to work on. The thing is with Sacco is he has trouble one-timing the ball out. He can do it no problem, right? Like, if he's running at the ball and the ball's coming to him and there's lots of time, but it's those quicker moments when guys are pressing and trying to get a counterattack going where, for whatever reason, he starts to do footwork and, usually he'll get away with it, but every now and then he slips up and gets caught, and, those cough-ups can cost you a game pretty quick. So he was really good. Like, he's got a lot of positives, but those minuses are sticking out like a sore thumb. He's got to work on that. He did save us a few times in this game, for sure. I'll split his, his ranking kind of towards a Moreno ranking. It's 8.7. On to Lovren. Sensational. Like, Lovren is playing better every game. And again, I thought he was going to be out for the season. When he went down, I thought for sure he tore a ligament. He didn't. He's back. Oh, man, I'm thankful he is back. Especially now that Skirtle's out probably for, I don't know if it's going to be 6 weeks or 3 months, but probably like closer to 6 weeks, I've heard. Lovren was just awesome. I got him for 1-, which wasn't even major at all. Got him for 1 save, but the positives are crazy on this one. So I got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 positives. And no exaggerations. And there was one point in the game where he had headed it out. It was such a great header. Or a pass. I can't remember for sure what it was, but it was a ball coming in and he redirected it beautifully. So fine. He's very confident now. This is not like the Lovren that we were seeing with Brendan Rodgers. Where he would get to, it was like just too much nervousness out there. He wasn't comfortable and he makes silly mistakes, but he's more capable of blocking shots or waiting for the right time to do a sliding tackle. He wasn't calm. He wasn't confident in himself. He could run fine, but he would always have those goofy mistakes that would cost us. But I haven't seen that from Lovren anymore. I'm seeing a totally new Lovren on the horizon. Every game he's getting much better, and every game he's sensational. I hope you guys are seeing it. There's a reason why I'm starting to become a Lovren cheerleader. And it's good for a guy who was struggling so bad to be playing so good. You got to look at that as a major positive for the club, especially with all the injuries we're going through right now. He's really stepped up, and you're seeing him now develop into a really great player. 17 positives, 1 save, 1-. I mean, there's probably a few more saves in there. He was just great. I gotta say he's bust the scales for sure. We're going past 10 with Lovren, even though he's got that minus. To have 17 pluses, on defense, I gotta give him like a 14. Like, he was just so good. Yeah, we'll give Lovren a 14. He was just amazing. So that's my ranking for him. I'll wait for Henderson till later. Chan, you guys know how I feel about Chan. He's one extreme. He can be so good and so bad, he's got a lot to work on. But if he develops his ball control and his timing, he'll become a lethal player, especially if he can learn how to finish on a great power shot. He tried one today. He tried to do a Stevie G, and it just belts it way over the goal. I like his energy. I like his attitude. I like how he can run, but he's got to work on his timing. That's his flaw. He's great on defense usually. Defense, I know we say it different over here sometimes in Canada. So let's see here. I got him down for 7 pluses, 1 save, 2 minuses, and the yellow. I think we kind of needed the yellow at that time. But he was pretty good. Like, the 2 minuses were a little iffy, but I got to give Chan at least a 9. I think he was a very strong force out there today. I really want to Shearer in there. Obviously, I say this every video. I don't want to sound redundant and annoying, but to the new viewers, I just will go off the charts if Teixeira gets in there. I mean, he's just so good. I think it'll happen. It's just going to take something to give for it to happen. But if it happens, we'll be unstoppable. And if we play like this, we already are unstoppable. We're just running so hard on every play. And that's another note I had. We were on every ball and just constantly in their face. They couldn't stop us. It was crazy. We should have had 4, maybe 5 goals. Not so much on chances. We didn't get too many super close chances. We got a couple. But our dominance, constantly on them, constantly challenging, constantly attacking, constantly pressing. With that kind of play, if you get those opportunities in front of the net, you're going to get 4-0, 5-0 type victories. I really felt this game warranted a much bigger score than 1-0. That's a scary thing, sometimes. But the intensity was, we were playing at our best again. I was seeing that, that real Liverpool football that I know we can do and play, and that club that we have to be. It's so great when we come alive like that, and the constant energy, and I just love when they run up with the ball, and then it gets belted back, then we go again, and we belt it back, we head it back in, we run in, we get a chance, and it's just keep beating them down. That's really how you have to do it. So on to Lallana. It was pretty good. Actually was really good, running around a lot in there. Had the yellow. I got him down for 9 positives, 1 minus. If I gave Chan a 9, Lallana was probably a 9.5. He had a definite edge, basically because Chan was arguably even better at times, but the problem was Chan made a few mistakes, whereas Lallana, his mistakes weren't as costly. It depends where you make the mistake and what kind of mistake it is. So Lallana was great. Got him for 9.5. And I'm going to go on to Firmino now. Actually, Origi, he went out. I'll go to Origi. He went out early. 4 positives. Looked really good out there. Took a great shot on net, which was pretty close. Sometimes you can pass the ball, you can argue, but as long as he's going for it and taking a quality strike, which that one was pretty close, I don't mind it then. So Origi, with the injury out, he was definitely playing at he was starting to get up to a 10 level if he had kept going. So I'll give him, since he was subbed out, I'll give him a 9. On to Firmino. Firmino was great. I'll go to Coutinho first. Coutinho had 6 positives. My markings were a little strange for Coutinho. He was really good in the game. I don't have any minuses for him. I'm going to give him a light 10 for sure. But I think I missed a few things. Sometimes there's so many things happen, especially around Coutinho, where he's running and circling around, and a lot of the times it'll be bouncing off another play that I'm marking already. And I held back on the marking because I really wanted to enjoy this game. So there might have been a lot of things I missed. So yeah, Coutinho, he's getting the light 10. Did really well. On to Firmino. Okay, back to Firmino now. I got him for 2 minuses. And he went off with the positives. He went on a tear with them. He got 12 positives, 2 minuses. I would bring that to about a 10. He had much more action than Coutinho. Maybe not that much more. Maybe I caught more action. I'm going to have to give Firmino a 10 as well. I think him and Coutinho balanced out very well and worked really well today as a pair. I'm not sure who set up Benteke for the goal, for that great sliding goal. We'll get to Benteke right now. Yeah, it's been iffy with Benteke. I'm sure we're going to have some good reaction moments where my dad and I are complaining, especially my dad. He really doesn't like Benteke at times. But it's funny whenever my dad gets on him, and I get on Benteke sometimes too, and then Benteke will just score that goal, and that's what happened today. And it was a brilliant slider. He just slided that ball right in, from being that, when you consider being that far out. I think he was on the edge of the box, just inside, maybe a little bit further in. But for that distance and the way the ball was going, to be able to slide it, and it went in hard for a sliding shot that far back, he's got a great foot, Benteke. I'm telling you, when he's in the box, he is so lethal. So, there's more things I'll get to Benteke with in a second, but I'll just quickly go over what I have for markings. I got 5 positives, 3 minuses. Okay, see, this is the thing. He's getting offside. My dad keeps saying he's lazy. I don't think it's that. I'll give him that. When he's just lottie-dying and not getting back on side, or the ball's about to be passed and he's just not, he's got to be sharper than that. And again, Balotelli would do the same thing, so I can see why my dad's saying that. I don't think he's a lazy player. I think, and my dad and I were saying this, maybe not in such kind words, but he's got to learn to be able to read the play. He's not a great play reader without the ball. He can be at times. Trust me, he can with his feet. He's great at catching the ball anywhere. You saw the bicycle kick against United. That's where he has no problem reading the play with his foot. with his footwork or with his feet, but when it comes to not having the ball and getting onside, or he's too slow when he has to run in. I think he could work on. I don't know if it's his frame. You'd think a bigger guy like that would be able to run better, but for whatever reason, he's not able to really sprint fast where he could get on breaks. Where there was one where any guy on our team, if they had been in that same position, would have been on a breakaway. Plus Benteke also, we had almost like a 5-on-0, and Benteke chose to go for the shot, which it's the right move to do that. But the thing is, if you're going to do that, you do it sooner than later, and you put that thing in. Benteke got too over, careful. You've got to have. You got to be fearless in those moments, guys, as a striker. That's why Suarez was so good, and Vardy's really good like that too, where they just don't hesitate at all. And Sturridge can be really lethal like that too, where there's just no hesitation. You toe it in, boom, goal. Benteke waited too long, was trying to be a little too precise. Goalie had more than enough time to come out and block it. So that's the thing. If you're not going to pass it, you better be ready to strike it quick. So, you know what, though? Benteke got the goal for us. He got the win. I'm not going to be too harsh on him today. And he was looking pretty good out there. He did some cool touch passes and some nice fancy things when he had his moments. The minuses are going to weigh against him. I can't give him a 10. He's going to have to get about... Because he's got the goal, I'll give him the 9. Without the goal, he would have been down. He might have been the worst ranked guy today. I don't want to sound harsh, but it's all I got to work with. And he was subbed on, so less markings, right? So... yeah, all in all, great game from Benteke because he got the goal for sure. He's got to learn to get back on side. Got to learn to read plays better. But yeah, I'm really happy. Didn't mark Allen and Lucas for coming on. And that's my rankings, guys. Just going to go into my notes. Going to also go into the fixtures and who we're playing next week and where we're at. I think I may have covered all my notes. Yeah, I pretty much have. Now, I haven't watched the Arsenal game, which is coming on later today. So, these rankings may change a little bit for the first place, So, Leicester's still at the top, 38 points. Arsenal's behind them with 36 currently. City is behind them with 35. Tottenham with 32. Palace, 30. United 29, Watford 29, and we're right in there at 28. We're back in it, guys. Right now, we're 10 points from the top. If I wrote this down correctly, I'm pretty sure Leicester was at 38. I think I wrote the wrong thing. No, we're at 27. We can't be at 28. That's got to be wrong. We were at 24 before, if memory serves me correct. So we're at 27. Yeah, that's correct. So, yeah, we're 11 points from the top. We're 5 points from top 4. Now, Arsenal hasn't played yet. If they draw or lose, then we're only still 11 from the top. Okay, but it's under 4 games. It's still, there's still some hope here. There's still a shot at winning this league thing. This little prediction I had, this bold prediction I had, seemed like it was going to die off, and I wanted to wait till at least this game, and sure enough, we get the win. But we look so good. We look like a championship team out there. We look like a unstoppable force. If we could just get our guys to be a little bit sharper in the strike zone, that kill zone, we'll be unstoppable, guys. And again, Teixeira, get a guy in there like that, it's over. So we look really good. That's our points where we're at right there. Going into next week, and I hope you guys really like the banner. We got our new setup for the reaction videos. We're gonna keep working on it to make it better for you guys. I figured I'd just do a nice vid for you tonight, today, over with this background here. Going into the fixtures for next week, I just wrote down some key ones. We're playing Sunderland away. We got to get this win. No more messing around. We know what we can do. Just on hard work alone, just on running and gunning at a team, we have no problems with any team. And we just took down Leicester, no problem. They did have their chances, not too many. But again, it was like, I think I said it in the reaction video, like 20-1. You know, maybe that was the ratio. They probably had 3 or 4 good opportunities. We had at least 10 to 15, but we were pouncing on them all game. We were just so dominant, and that's how we got to play every game, no matter what. And we'll be unstoppable. We'll become an unbeatable club. So Sunderland, boom, we got to get that. Leicester's playing City, so right there, boom. You know, let's get. I wouldn't even mind City winning that game just to keep Leicester frozen. But a draw would be nice there too, for sure. As long as Leicester doesn't win, now they can start. Now they've lost. They've tasted that sting. They might not be as confident. You know, how good is Leicester? I know they have some other good players other than Mars and Vardy, but they're not that good. And I was stressing that in the reaction vid I'll post later when I was talking to my dad. You know, they're good because of those two guys. That's why they're so dominant. But if you outrun them, Mahrez had one chance on us. I think it may have been Vardy that had another from Mahrez trying to cross it in off of a... When he beat... Yeah, because Mahrez had beat Moreno. Moreno got beat on his position there. And... man. Luckily they didn't score. So... These guys are very beatable, and they are a dominant team, but we're that much better than any team when we run. It just doesn't matter. Even with the injuries, we're just that good with our guys and with Klopp especially leading the guys on. You got United playing Chelsea. United lost, so there you go. I heard Chelsea was tied 2-2, and then they blew a penalty. You know, so that was great. You know, that's hilarious. And Chelsea is actually, memory serves me correct, I think they're still 2 points from that relegation battle. That's going to be very interesting to see, because if whoever's down there, I know Newcastle's in there, but there's 2 teams. There's one slot. I think the 2 bottom slots, that might be sealed in stone, but that last 3rd slot may be reserved for Chelsea, and that would be absolutely epic if they got relegated. Ooh, you know, if we win the league, if this happens, if we come back now and we go on a roll and we win this league and Chelsea gets relegated, dream season, guys, dream season of all dream seasons. So it's been a crazy one, and the league is wide open. Look at all the games, all the things that are happening, these weaker teams are now. You know, they're the fast teams. They're actually, you know, the minorities becoming the majority here. The underdogs becoming the victor with all of these games. So, I mean, the league is wide open. We still got a shot. We got to go on a tear. We got to take every game hyper seriously and be running with that intensity and not let it slip, and we can get it. We can win. So, also, another game, Arsenal and Bournemouth. Bournemouth can beat them. They're a good team. They're like a Watford. Those 2 teams, I've been really impressed with their work ethic. You can get so far on work ethic if you don't have big name players. If you got fast players, soccer, in my opinion, is a game that's usually going to be won by fast, intense running. You'll get your chances. You'll get your bounces. And that's why Klopp's got us playing like that. Because it just brings a level of consistency and a fervor to the club that is to be feared. You know, and these teams, these little guys are now starting to smack the bigger guys in the face, and I love it. And we've tasted it too, right? But we're like those teams, only just times, 10 or 100 when we really go full throttle, because we are the big club. So if we get that underdog yet championship mode going, truly epic, guys. So we got the win. The vid is busting out 24 minutes, gonna hit 25. I'm so happy. We went, we got it, got it. Maybe I push it. I think I'm stretching on the go get it there. But I know a lot of you guys like to go get it, so I try to throw them in there. There's a few in the reaction video for sure. Go got it just seems weird. I think that's a fail there on that. But I always go get it in the correct department. So, guys, I love you guys. We got the win. I don't even know. I didn't check for the next game, whether it's FA, Europa. I think it might be an FA game, cup game. One of those for sure. But anyway, it is what it is. I'll get that vid going for you guys. And yeah, man, you guys take care. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, share the vid. And thank you all so much for your support. And take care. Hey guys, a little bonus vid action for you here. Forgot to mark Henderson. I'm pretty sure I went through the video. I'm pretty sure I missed Henderson there. I was gonna mark him, so I'll do that for you guys. Want to do also a couple shout outs. Go get it to Kevin Wills, Jack Daniels, how's it going, bro? And also Rahul Kevintana, rocking it at your channel, buddy. Just want to see how you're doing, bud, and thank you for all the support, guys. All right, so just had to get it, a little bit of good things in there. So yeah, I forgot Henderson. Let's see here. I had him down for, and I didn't say man of the match. You know what the thing is, guys? A lot of the times I just don't even do man of the match, and you know what? It's not even on purpose. I forget a lot of the times. But a lot of our poorer games, I'm not even concerned with it, to be quite honest with you. But all the great ones, I really should remember to do man of the match. So let's get back into this stuff here quickly here. So Henderson, we got with, I had him for 15 positives, 1 minus. Henderson was on a tear. He was the best player on the pitch. But Lovren was just going off like crazy for his role too. They both had an amazing amount of positives and only 1 minus each. I'm going to give Lovren the man of the match. He was just that good with his passing accuracy, with his ball clearances, his confidence. But Henderson running all over the place and just feeding everyone and cutting off plays. I mean, he was equally man of the match. I gave Lovren a 14. I will also give Henderson, which is number 14, a 14 as well. But I'm going to give Lovren that. I think he deserves his own man of the match. He was just so good, and it's great to see him bounce back from his injury. So, guys, I think that's it. I just wanted to cover that last little bit there. You guys take care, eh? Go get it!